Season 4, Episode 11 of The Wire. It's my dog walking around. I am standing up. Okay. So, I don't know why I tried to be all excited with that intro. That's not even my personality. This is more of my personality, a monotone voice. That's that good? That's not good. Okay. Season 4, Episode 11, The Wire. So, a lot of things have come true. I guess things that I've been waiting to see. I've been anticipating the action that these characters would take in this season, and this episode finally, we get to we're gonna get a chance to see these missing bodies, or these murders with no bodies, is finally gonna come to a close. All thanks to the police work of Bunk and Lester and the old lieutenant who's now like a colonel. I don't know, whatever the case, whatever rank he is. That guy, Herc, has dug himself in quite the hole. Interesting to see what happens to him, because he's also tied into what the new mayor has to do as far as his punishment is concerned. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to him. I don't know, the character. If I'm being 100% honest about this, the character, I've never had too much love for the character. There was one time when I was like, what am I saying? I liked the character for a few seasons when we had more time to when he had more screen time. Yeah, I liked the character. I have to admit that. I didn't think he was a bad character because he was running right alongside Elias, or the other character, and then he. Of course, their paths went in two different directions, and the Herc pretty much, he just started digging that hole, and now he's deep in the hole, and I want to see if he actually buries himself in it. Well, not this. Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be his fault that he's in this situation. I'm desperate to see what happens. Desperate is the right word, I feel. Let's see what else happens in this episode. So, we also get a look at the little kids in this episode. Now, the one kid, he loses his oh god, it's not hard to explain. I'm just not gathering my thoughts before I speak, which is typical of me. So there's this constant pressure from higher ranking people inside the school system to shift kids around and put them in the correct grade. They're doing everything they can to try and boost these test scores in order to create more revenue for the school system, which is understandable. They've found a faucet and they're trying to make sure they can maintain that faucet and that it works properly enough or efficiently enough to gather enough funds or water in the case that I'm trying to make. But in doing so, they're only hurting the kids. That's the way I see it. They're only hurting the kids, searching for. Hey, excuse me. Hey. Thank you. Could you knock it off? They're only hurting the kids the way I see it by trying to get these test scores up. But that's the only way that they know in order to gather funds. Makes perfect sense. I still have not invested in a lint roller. Don't think I ever will. I will put it on the to-do list, but I'm not making any promises. Okay. So there's more to it with these kids. I think I went off on a little tangent there. So the kids, one kid, he's sad because he's getting put up to his correct grade, but that takes him out of a very it's just going to take him out of an environment that's been very prosperous to him. I mean, his teachers basically took him under his wing. He's giving him lunch. He's washing his clothes. He's giving him a chance to smell good, which I know personally can elevate a person's morale exponentially. Okay, but he's getting put out of that environment. Can only guess what's going to happen to him now. The one kid who was molested or touched by the guy. I gotta figure out a better way to describe the kid, but that's the only thing I can remember. He's finally starting to show his true colors, as far as asserting his place in the street culture, under street culture. He's morphing or becoming into a shooter, I feel like, or at least in that general path. His other friend has been marked as a snitch, and now, this kid was very, very business oriented, to say the least. I mean, he's buying candy in bulk and reselling it to get a profit to buy more candy. He got it through a dice game, which I thought was really ingenious. Hey, say what you want to say, but that's smart. They had the balls to even do that. I think that's smart. The guts to even do that, I think that's pretty. That's I like that. But since him being labeled as a snitch, he's not able to sell any product, and he winds up getting beat in front of the school. I mean, he's not one for fighting, but his friend winds up sticking up for him, but he's not really paying attention to him. He's too busy having fun with the actual fight and not necessarily watching out for him. He gets beat up pretty bad. And the other kid, he's still getting pressure from his mom to run out in the streets and do this and do that, but he's becoming more and more successful in the street game, I guess, or at least slinging drugs. Also, another tie-in, well, not tie-in, it's all tied together, but the school itself is shutting down this program, which is set up to, not necessarily evaluate's the wrong word, but to observe the behaviors or the lack of emotions and triggers and all those good things that are related to these particular kids that are in this environment. I thought they were definitely making waves in the right direction, but like I said, it's pressure from individuals higher up in the school system who want to squash that, put them back in the general classes or just regular classes, and trying to boost up these test scores. But that program's been canceled, so we're gonna see what happens from that. Now, Bunk and Lester, well, Lester's been given a lot more. He's been given a leash with a lot more room. So now he's basically in control of this special crimes unit or whatever it is, which is fantastic for the police department because he's actually it's hard to say. Now this goes from any job. When you find somebody who actually is good at the job and who can actually do it, it's like a godsend, really. That's what he is for that department. And to let him go in there and run free, he seems like he's already hunting down these bodies, which I'm dying to see what's gonna happen, right? Now what else happens in this episode? McNulty's spidey senses tingling, I see, when he gets a chance to meet the mayor-elect face to face. So I'm going to see what the outcome of that is. I'm just getting giddy because so many episodes have went by without seeing the antics of McNulty. But even though now he's chosen a more domestic life, I want to see what the character is going to do if he comes back, or is he going to be the same or along the lines. I'm interested. What else happens in this episode? That's all I can remember. So, if you like me talking about TV shows, go check out some of my other videos. I've done a complete series of Breaking Bad. I've done Mandalorian, which I don't like. I'm currently doing The Wire. I'm doing American. I'm doing Godfather Harlem. And I'm also doing some movies. So go check those videos out and subscribe. Now, I make it a habit to show people how to subscribe. It's pretty hard. But if you have the strength and the power, God willing, you can do it. Just go like this. Watch. Boop. Just like that. And you subscribe. That's all you gotta do. So do yourself that favor and me and do that. I feel dirty now. I feel really dirty. I shouldn't say that. But subscribe and go check out my other videos.